your energy. You for good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome to another Balance and Ball podcast. And it's looking like a very it's blinding. It's white out there today. It's white. I can't.
It's Lily
Yeah,
White. It's Lily
it's
White.
white out there. Is that Ben
Is,
White signing
is
today?
that
Yeah. Is that raw man? To put the shades on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
oh, 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 oh,
yeah.
serious. What are
Yeah.
we
Serious.
are we up about this Ben White now, yeah?
Always
What
happen.
up
Always happen.
about
We, we,
that?
we we
we
spoke
were,
about it before. We
We up,
spoke about
yeah?
it before. Yeah, but today's episode is not about Ben White. We've been there. We've done that, and
we've done
obviously
Ben White.
we've done it. We've done it. But we've Arsenal fans had a high so far, and we're gonna look at the other side of London, Tottenham. Let me take these off. My name is Aidan Johnson. To my right hand side, who's the man on the right hand side? Please introduce
That's
yourself
me
before they.
today. I am your boy, the other side of the good side of Red London. What's going on, Ashley?
Come on, the only one representing the Lily White side of it still, trying to make things bright. You see how it's very like dull outside. I'm trying to
yeah.
bring through that sunshine still.
Bring that
yeah.
sunshine, man. Bring it. Let's hear about the top. So, Tottenham made a lot of changes this summer. A lot of changes this summer. I want to hear from a true Tottenham Lily White fan how you feel about this summer and the changes that have taken place in Tottenham. Let me hear about it.
True
Well,
fan for sure.
we've got changes that are happening, not as lot as most fans are expecting, but
Mm.
yeah, there's quite a few still. New guy just underneath Levy and Don Fabio Paratici. That guy, we all know that guy as Spurs fans. We've got Don at the beginning. Yeah, that's what's going on, bro. That's what's going on. We've got a new coach in Nuno, Espirito Santo.
what,
Boy,
what, what,
we're gonna we're easing to him. We're warming to him still. We're warming to him. That's
what,
what's happening right about now. We're
So
warming to
tell
him.
us about the pre-season. Like, what's happening so far?
Pre-season's looking promising so far. Bringing through quite a few new youngsters coming through still. So
Yeah.
I'm in the mindset of pre-season has looked good, and I don't actually think we need to sign a lot of guys now.
really?
Okay.
Really?
Before
Really?
before we get to the signings, tell us about the formation that he's playing because that's quite interesting. That's something I want to know about because
What, the
he was playing
4-3-3?
for, in
4-3-3?
pre-season 4-3-3. He's playing four at the back.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
So
yeah.
who are the two main centre backs now?
Skin and bones.
uh, uh, uh. Them low blows there still, but I can rebound back off of that still.
Yeah, go, let's hear it.
We've got Japhet Tanganga that's come back from
Okay.
a long injury still after
Mm.
blowing on the scenes in a Tottenham shirt. He's
Mhm,
back. Hope he can get a good pre-season underneath his belt,
mhm.
and let's see if he can, stake a place in this team this year. Or if we do get in a few centre backs, then maybe he might be going out on loan.
So let me get you straight. Tottenham are playing a centre back as a centre back this season because during the Amazon Prime documentary, Rose pointed out like, why are you playing a centre back at left back when you've got a clearly capable England capped
Oh,
left back and available? So this year, Santos has
fact.
discovered that you needed a good centre back to play centre back. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Just
I
making
I
sure. Okay.
I think just briefly on that, I think it was the Mourinho factor, the
Mm.
outdated factor of trying to put people in different positions, and some people we didn't even have positions for. He was just trying to do a next thing. But yeah, this season I think we're back on track. Everyone in their own positions.
Well, so I've heard certain fans, Tottenham fans, you know who you are, who've been bigging up Dele Alli as playing the centre midfielder. He's filling into the centre midfielder role. He's
There's
not just
no
a
other
centre
role for
attacking
him. There's no
midfielder.
other role for him. There's no other role. We're not playing a 4-2-3-1. It doesn't look like this year still. So he's either gonna have to adapt into a CM role, which I've seen him play before. Like a lot of fans that are surprised that he can play there, or like, right, he's doing that. It's like he's played there before. Still, it's just how you play him and what sort of
Mm.
formation and tactics you play him in to get the best of him. Something
Well,
like that.
I'm looking forward to seeing Bergwijn this season because last season he looked like he had. You see when the car has a handbrake on and you're driving the car with a handbrake and it's got that smell, that burning smell, like a clutchy smell.
Yeah.
Bergwijn was that guy last season. I expected, and when he burst in the scene, skinned off Maguire, left him for dead, banged it in, all that. But then it turned into that, and it was like, boy, I haven't really seen much of him. So how's his preseason going so far? Let me know about him.
Yeah, his pre-season's been one of the best so far. Still, I can't lie. Form, everything up until the ending of the pitch is like 9-10 right about now. But I'll still give it to him. He's getting in those positions and he's assisting. I just reckon once he gets a few goals underneath his belt, yeah, we'll see a different player this season. But so far, he's playing with confidence.
So do you feel that Doherty will play better this year under Espirito now that Espirito is in the place? How do you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel about Doherty still. I have.
He's stealing the
Is
living.
it because he's an Arsenal fan deep down? Is that why you feel?
Nah. He could have been a West Ham fan for all I care. But to be honest, he's shown me nothing. Like literally nothing. It's hard for me to comment on a guy that, if we look at the Wolves times, yeah, he played good. Do you know what I mean? But since you've come to Tottenham, it's been injuries. You've come in the team. You've done camps. Do you know what I mean? I can't see no improvement of you like trying to actually play this right back role. So I'm not too sure.
I mean, I was
to be fair to him, he was in a system that was not really beneficial to him. Let's say system that was like designed to look after Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. So maybe this season, you know, he might develop into something else under his own guts.
I wouldn't say that the system was designed to, you know, help Harry Kane and Son more than our defense. I wouldn't say that. So obviously it was
bullshit. Oh God!
Hold on. The attack, obviously Mourinho based on the Kane and Son thing, but at the same time, his thing that he's known for is defense. So when we talk about defense, the amount of things that he tried to do, regardless of players in those positions, and it didn't work. So the whole defense thing last year was a shambles. Regardless of, like, I personally, you can ask most Tottenham fans, Kane and Son are going to get theirs anyway, regardless. In a dead team, in a good performance, in a bad performance, they're going to get theirs more than not.
So you feel that Kane is going to be staying in the club for another season?
Jeez, it's you know what, I'm on the board of 75-25. 75% that he's going to stay, 25% that he will go. But the reason why I'm leaning towards this side more, you have to understand who we're working with. Levy, he's not going a penny less than what he's asking for. There's no negotiating. You have to remember, like, this guy is the face of Tottenham and England. And he's still got like 3 years left on his contract. So that one day could go down to the last day of the transfer window, yeah, and he could possibly go. But for me, regardless of what Kane thinks right about now, I feel like he's going to stay still.
What makes you laugh is that you Tottenham fans sit there and say, nah, I don't blame him if he wants to leave. If he wants to get trophies, I don't blame him. Shut up. He signed a big old contract with big money, and you fans sit there saying, he wants to win trophies. If he wanted to leave win trophies, he would have let his contract run down, not sign a new one. But man saw the money, and he signed that contract, and now you want to say about you want to leave. You should button that because you got 3 years left in your deal.
Don't you think, though, like, think about it, yeah? The money that we're paying him, yeah? Only top clubs are going to be interested in Kane if you run down his contracts. He would have easily got double that amount. Like, if we're talking run down his contracts and go for a free. Ken, you know this. You was the one that showed me about this with the Wenger coming in from years ago. If players run down their contracts, what he was on, 150 grand, now 200, he's going to double that on a free transfer. So it could have been about money, and you could have doubled his money elsewhere. Realistically.
But again, if it's not about money and trophies, let's be honest, a lot of Tottenham players have been going to the job centre. because they're like the minimum paid players in the Premier League. Like, let's be honest. I
Don't
saw
worry, a
Danny.
couple of your people have been on the dole as well, still. I see
Nah,
William
mate,
eating those pies, bro. I see William eating those pies, bro. Don't worry, man.
William's getting big money. Don't worry about that. But with Harry Kane, I think as your captain, you're meant to be leading by example. And I understand it's known you want to win trophies. And if he said to us, "Oh, okay, do you know what? I went to the board. They promised me X, Y, and Z. They didn't deliver. For that reason, I'm going to leave." But instead, you're coming off with, "Oh, I want to win trophies." You signed a contract, brother. What are you gonna do? Touch bench? You as a captain? You're gonna let your stats drop for
Yeah,
your
but Kane,
penalty?
Kane's. Do you know what? Yeah, Kane's not one of those. Well, I don't believe Kane's one of those guys that even though we know he wants to leave, I don't think he's the sort of player or person to kick up the fuss or say I'm going to hand in a transfer request. He's not going to. I personally don't think he's going to be that guy. So when we say that, yeah, we know that he wanted to leave, but come the ending of the window, if he's still here, I still think he's going to be professional whilst he's putting on that shirt and getting
Oh yeah,
20 plus
100%.
goals for the season. Do you know what I mean? So
No,
Yeah.
well said, Ashley. Ashley, now tell us about your 100th sporting director in about 100 years. Let's hear about that guy, Paratici. Because I heard some good things about him. To be fair, I heard that he doesn't sleep. First one in the door,
he
last one out the door.
doesn't sleep, bro. He's always on his phone. What else? He's been at every one of our games this season. And when I mean games, I'm talking under 23s, under 18s. Like he's fully looking at the whole academy of players and all sorts. You know what I mean, though? So I give him that. Do you know what I mean? And even just on like us in the transfer market and on targets, like I like the fact of his strategy. How he's known for like going for like 10 players in one position. Yeah, I can dig that still, because if you're going to give me 10 guys that I would take, I wouldn't say, that guy, that's a drop down. Everyone's kind of on par. You know what, still, I can work with this because under Levy, you'll give us a highlight name that we're never going to get, and then we'll end up getting a player from the championship or a player that nobody knows.
Well,
You know
I'm
what I mean? As
surprised.
Danny
I'm
Rose
surprised.
said, we got to Google. With Paratici, if you have to Google, the player who we're Googling is of standard. Do you know what I mean? We're not talking some unknown players right about now. Do you know what I mean? Trust. So, yeah, I'll type Don Paratici for bringing that energy
Well,
into the...
apparently Don Paratici must have thought, let me come back to Tottenham and do a thing. And Harry Kane woke up with a horse's head in his bed, apparently. So Harry Kane's like, you made it up and he cannot refuse. Man went on that proper Sopranos sort of
What are you
tip, like,
saying?
Paulie!
Real mafia thing, yeah?
Yeah, that's like them Liverpool dons turn up at Steven Gerrard's house when he tried to move to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Sound man, sound, yeah.
Yeah. But no,
Been alive.
Don's working. Don's working still. I like it. It's beyond our last couple of directors, like Steve Hitchen, for example, just because he's a friend, you know what I mean, though, thinks that he can do a job in scouting where you're not that guy, bro. You know what I mean, though?
A major benefit of Espirito coming to Tottenham is the fact that Lely King can continue his Portuguese lessons, because we thought it'd be wasted once Mourinho left.
Yeah, he can do all of that still. He can learn the Portuguese. He can learn the Spanish. He can learn everything. He can learn everything, bro. Yeah, he can learn everything. At the end of the day, do you know what we call that? We call that the jack of all trades, bro.
Oh God!
Jack, you better stop learning, getting them badges. About
Yeah,
it.
Charles. He got mud, bro.
He's doing both. So, he's learning the new languages, as we say, and then he's learning his badges as well. He's doing both. Jack of all trades, bro.
If he wasn't a legend, I'd be digging him out right now. But he's a legend. I can't knock him, man. He was one of the best defenders of the Premier League's ever seen.
I know this, though. That's why I let you lot laugh. But deep down, we all know the qualities of Levy, though. So
yeah, we do. Respect.
No, I was going to take us off topic, but let's stick to topic.
No,
Actually,
go off topic. Go off topic.
No, I saw a tweet today, right? That was a bit mad. I don't know if it was mad, actually. Let me not sway you that. It was from a Tottenham fan. He said, Prime Dele Alli was the best young player in the Premier League of all time. You think that's crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy, man. I don't think it is.
Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler.
Do you know what though?
Let me prime Delhi over those guys.
Prime young player.
Yeah, young as a young guy, like that Pochettino's Dele Alli, that was special, bro.
Off the top of my head, I'll definitely say
top 5 without a doubt, bro.
Top
So
5.
you mean to tell me Dele Alli was better than Nicolas Anelka in his first full season? That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. For 500,000 from PSG. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me better than Owen on Fowler.
No, he's definitely better than Owen and Fowler at that age. I think so, man.
What? Are you mad? Owen was back in goals in 16 when he had the
but if you saw Dele Alli's trajectory, like when they was comparing his stats, they were comparing it to like Lampard and Gerrard, and he was above them.
No. But you can't because he started in the lower league. Lampard started in the Premier League. Gerrard started in the Premier League. So when
let me bring this back. Because you got delivered.
Don't come with the Ali chat. He's good. He's brilliant, but nah.
We'll talk about young Dele Alli here. But anyway, actually, like any positions that Paratici should be going for in the transfer market.
All of them.
All of what?
Even the fans. Buy some new fans.
You don't need to buy some new fans and make that stadium loud next season.
No, we need to ask you to replace the stewards. The stewards don't allow the fans to amp up. That's the difference.
Hell no. Get some new fans and make it loud, yeah? Get some clappers or something.
The loudest I've heard White Hart Lane was during the NFL game. That's the loudest I've heard it.
Yeah, and that's how I know that you're just wrong, because there was no NFL game played at White Hart Lane.
Damn you!
Now there was one. There was one.
Was there one?
At White Hart Lane. Think about what you're saying.
Oh,
it wasn't. Stadium.
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know. No one knows what it's called. It's Tottenham.
The toilet bowl. The toilet bowl.
What's that called?
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
I don't know what it's called. I thought it was called White Hart Lane. I swear to God.
It's called White Hart Lane.
It's not called White Hart Lane, bro.
What's it called?
What's it called then?
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Right, you guys can get a sponsor for the stadium, no?
We've got no sponsor, so the name is the name. The name is the name right about now. We've got no sponsor.
All right.
Oh, God.
So, did you positions, like, actually, are you going to
positions? We all know the positions. Get me from a whole general fan base thing, especially Tottenham fans. It's the centre back and right back.
Okay. Any youngsters coming through in that position?
In centre back?
Yeah,
we got a youth called Pascozzi. Sorry if I'm butchering that name, but Pascozzi. He's been playing in pre-season, but he's been playing right back. He's
centre back playing right back.
Yeah, but right, so, yeah. Well, you laugh at this, but hold on before you laugh and let me reel you back in.
Okay.
Our academy and system, we let our players play in different positions. So, like in defense, you'll play in different positions, just so if a time comes, you're adequate enough, not just in one position. We're not training people just for the one position. You can be multiple, just like tanks, left back, right back, centre back.
Is this something new that you've implemented into your academy, like this season? Or?
No, this has been happening still. This is
and it hasn't got you any trophies, right?
So basically, you're a jack of all trades, but master of none. That's what you're telling me.
No, we're trying to master the jack of all trades,
but you can't.
We just need the right person at the head to create that.
Well, I understand that, because when I see Harry Kane playing centre defensive midfielder, I understand what the youth system's been doing. So yeah, I get that.
So speaking about the man at the top,
I like the mugging still, but at the same time, on a real note, it will come back to bite you in the after season when we do show you a few players that we do got coming through still. That's the real of it still.
Do you know what? I'll be surprised. I'll tell you why I'll be surprised. Not because I don't think you have players coming through. It's because Nuno at Wolves, I can't remember a youngster that he brought through in these.
Yeah, because I heard that still, but their structure was a bit different to us though.
I get that, but a guy that I highly rate, Morgan Gibbs-White, didn't really get a look in right at Wolves. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Is he really going to bring in the Tottenham youngsters? Because like the other Portuguese manager you had before he didn't really do it. So
but anyone who expected Portuguese manager before to bring through guys, youngsters, is just kidding themselves still. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is the thing, yeah, with our structure, whether it's a good manager or not, they've always got to bring through youngsters. Mourinho just kind of halted that for a bit, but then he's going to take the plaudits for giving Dame Scarlett his debut, which he will gloat around for the next 10 years. That's what he will do still. But if you look at all our managers, you have to bring through youngsters. Because we're not a club that will go and spend 40 million just because this guy needs it in that position. And when you look at Wolves, remember, Wolves have got the Portuguese link, so they were getting good players for dirt cheap money. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that sort of connect, so we have to build our thing up. You know what I mean? You can't be spending mad money like that. But back onto the youngsters, we got a few coming through. Let me just big them up quickly. Now, John, bad boy, you coming through still. Get me in centre mid. Yeah, he's definitely one to look for. Oliver Skip, you already know, tore it up last season.
I need to see this Oliver Skip from. I'm looking forward to
last season at Norwich. In pre-season, after a long metatarsal injury, has come back straight in the team. Yeah, bossing, getting people out the team. He started the match with Winks. He made Winks look like the young buck. Winks has not touched the squad again.
Wow.
Yeah, don't even come here. Yeah, that's the real of it. So Skip,
Winks used to be your guy, though.
Winks was my guy still, but I could admit when a man's just not improved at all.
All right. He's missing.
So,
do
you guys still own Foyt? The guy from
no, we sold for it.
That was a mistake.
He's good. I like Foyt.
He's good. I like him.
So the goalkeeper as well. I really like Gazaniga as well. But quickly, actually, before
he's gone Fulham.
Yeah, I saw that. I was shocked. You touched on it earlier about the guy at the top, Levy. Talk to us about Daniel Levy.
Levy is a guy right about now that tried to give the power over to someone else in Don Paratici, but for some reason, he's still just pulling back on the guy. So everyone knows about this deal that we've been trying to do for like 3 or 4 weeks. This Christian Romero deal. It's a no-brainer. You sold Toby Alderweireld. We've already said that Sanchez is not involved in the plans. Dyer, if a bid comes in for him, we're willing to listen. Now we're that's real skeletons at the bones now still. You've got this guy doing the usual stuff, plucking away, doesn't want to pay an extra 5 million. After Paratici has just worked to madness to even get this deal going. If you remember, I don't know if you don't know, but Paratici was the guy that sanctioned the deal for Romero to go to Atlanta from Juve. So now Atlanta have got the option to buy him for like 30 million pounds, 60 million euros or something like that. Our deal, what we're trying to do is they buy him, we pay you double the money, and we've already agreed personal terms. Levy now, we're just out by like 5 mil. It's like he's trying to haggle. This is what I mean by holding us back, and it's been for years now.
Is Romero a Juventus player? Is that what you're saying?
Romero.
Yeah.
Romero, yeah.
Oh, he's a current Juventus player, but he's on loan.
He was on loan with an option to buy from Atlanta, and obviously we want to buy him now. So it's just a sell on profit for Atlanta, basically.
I see. I get it. Right. Yeah. Well, that's it. I think we've covered everything, right?
Yeah.
Aiden
looks hungry. You know, like actually got some stuff off his chest.
I'm good. I see you two, especially you, Aiden.
Let me remind you. I still don't see my money from last season when we put a bet. I still don't see my money from you and Roddy. Roddy left because
you didn't want to pay.
He didn't want to pay. He's like, nah, man, this. He dropped the mic.
Listen,
like,
if I didn't want to pay, you would have never seen me again. Yeah, I would have been in the clouds. Bro. You would have never seen me again.
Come like Daniel Levy.
Aye, listen, it's rubbing off on me, you know. It's rubbing off on me still.
Man's hiding his £10 in his hat, man.
Listen, I'm hiding my 1p too still. Trust me, man. It's real.
Remember, please like and subscribe underneath. Click a like, it'll cost you nothing.
Click them, like it.
Big up.
Share it.
Until next time. Peace.